okay, sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for Boston. And for Golden State.
Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steady presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Number 15. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And they get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
Tipped away. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup.
How about that nice 1-2 punch there, guys? Great defensive play, and, of course, it leads to the great basket in transition.
Love the attacking style there, Steve.
Here's Heinsohn. Here's Sharman. From outside, off the mark.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Number 11. Hits it from three-point range.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to speak with Mike Budenholzer for a minute. It was a simple defensive strategy he laid out for me. He said we're going to try to pester the heck out of the ball handlers and force them into some mistakes, come away with some steals, overall just annoy them as much as possible, create as much havoc as we possibly can, guys.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
I don't know, Kevin. I'm not sure they should be more focused on their opponent than they are on themselves.
That is sort of the way it sounds, Steve, but still, I don't think a defense-first mindset is ever a bad thing.
They need to stop this run.
I think it's time to switch things up, either by going to the bench or with a different look defensively.
So it's Boston now. Still without a basket in the game. Misfires on the corner three.
That's 3 misses to start the game, guys. Does not bode well here early.
The feed to George. The pass to Johnston. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Number 15. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints, you know, Clark, make it tricky for them, make it tricky for anybody. Keep teams together.
Well said, but I give the ownership credit for making the commitments necessary to put themselves in a good position going forward, Kevin. After such an impressive postseason showing, I think they want to continue that momentum.
That one misses.
You know, a big part of why the Celtics dropped so much last season was they weren't very good on the road. Ended with a 14-27 record away from home, which was by far the lowest of any team in the East that made the playoffs.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. And as you said, Clark, rarely can you win just over a third of your road games like the Celtics did and expect to make the playoffs. In the hand, they played closer to 500 on the road. You know, Steve, there's a good chance they could have ended up as the 5th or the 4th seed.
Well, and in the Celtics case, it wasn't their defense, Kevin. It was their offense that betrayed them when they went out onto the road. They just couldn't win the close games. And some of it was just age and injury. But so many of those road losses from last year just came back to haunt them, and that's why they ended up with that 7 seed.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Russell with the block. They retain possession. And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the 3rd best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA?
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, the Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, you know, last season I think officially brought the immediate championship aspirations of the Celtics to a close. The 7th seed in the East, dispatched in the first round by the Knicks. The rebuild was on in full cycle.
And back to the Celtics, making the playoffs, sure, but, you know, not like Steve back in 08 or 2010.
Well, this has been a phenomenal era, with KG and Pierce that is now a thing of the past, but look, they've hoisted a championship banner very close to another, but it's just time to move on, and that's just the way it is in the NBA. These things go in waves, and the Celtics now in rebuilding mode.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
You know, the Warriors made big strides last year, and part of it was a retooling of the team, but they also got a lot of help from the group of rookies that they had, and a number of those rookies played prominent roles down the stretch and in the playoffs.
Good job creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Warriors leading by 3. Passes it to Johnston. Number 15. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. He's got 7. Well, Clark, as you said, the Warriors did lean on their rookies as the season went on. 4 of them in all, with 3 coming in the draft and 1 walking on the roster. Big help, Steve, from them in the opening round of the playoffs.
Pretty remarkable that a team could do that well in the postseason, relying on so many rookies, but it speaks to their maturity, their character, the group they've put together, and it's very promising in terms of their long-term success. You gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. Celtics trail by 7. Kuzi defended by George. Here's Sharman. A 3-pointer off the mark.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
To the middle. Here's Johnston. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 5. The Celtics have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Kuzi defended by George. Number 20 drains the 19-footer. George with the ball. Number 14, defended by Heinsohn. There's the block. Number 20, accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Warriors leading by 5. Beck defended by Ramsey. Golden State moving the ball around. Knocked away. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. And he lays it up and in.
Boy, nice one-man fast break on that one.
It sure was a stylish finish to cap it off, too.
Warriors have gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
But they get it back. The second chance effort. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
He feeds it to Davis. Tries to keep it alive. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Celtics making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Number 5. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, the Celtics have always prided themselves on being a physical defensive team, and in years past they were pretty disciplined. But last season, they committed a number of fouls, way more than they should have for a team that wanted to be good defensively.
Well, as you said, Clark, about the Celtics, once again near the top in fouls committed. But if it is going to help them set the tone defensively, then, you know, Steve, it probably is worth an extra couple of free throws for them.
Well, last year and really over the last several years, they've had a group of veterans that knew how to foul and when not to foul. And I think sometimes you have to commit a hard foul to keep a team from getting a momentum-changing bucket and just setting the tone with a toughness that has to be on display out there.
And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota. It plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Davis. And Boston with the rebound.
I'm open right here.
And Philadelphia making a change here. .41 seconds left in the first. Pass to Ramsey. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. And Davis pulls it down. The Warriors leading. And the pass to Walsh. From down in the low post, it goes. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Passes to Ramsey. Defended by Walsh. Number 17 misses off the right eye. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Philadelphia ahead, up 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
Celtics trail by 3. Dishes it to Jones. Pass to Ramsey. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Warriors shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Kicks it to Davis. Takes the 13-footer. Number 9. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Donnie's checked in for the Celtics. For Philadelphia, they have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable, but last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
And Davis pulls it down. Number 19. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And getting back to the Celtics and Rondo's injury, a lot of people expected them to start the rebuilding process. Ended up standing pat at the deadline, Steve. Even though there was, it seemed, a lot of interest.
You know, you want to give that group, KG and Pierce and Rondo, you want to give them another run. And they had their last hurrah. They didn't get it finished. And now you start the rebuilding project. So a lot of trades, a lot of movement over the summer. But I like the fact that they gave that club one more run.
Second free throw, no good. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And the Celtics making a change here. Philadelphia leading by 3. Back to Davis. And we play through the first minute here in the second. Good on the short little jump shot.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Number 5. Up and in on the layup. Now it's a 7-point Warrior lead.
Boy, it's been a poor defensive effort. When that ball has gone inside into the post, they've been in trouble.
Yep, points in the paint clearly going against them now.
The dish to Russell. Backing in. Number 17. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. 5 points in the game.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Davis. No luck. Nice D from Russell.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Boston making a switch here. They set the screen. Kuzi defended by Dunn. 4 on the shot clock. The baseline jumper goes down. So it's the Warriors now. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Johnston. They get it back. Number 9. No good.
Nice rebound in traffic, and that's his job.
Here's Kuzi. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Warriors have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. There's the bucket. Good. 7 points in the game.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Outside, Jones. Kuzi defended by Dunn. Back to Jones. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Celtics making a switch here. Beck defended by Ramsey. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Warriors lead by 6.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Stolen away. And here we go. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
Well, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Austin with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. Just 5 to shoot. Austin needs to get off a shot. Hits the bucket. He's got 5.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
And Philadelphia calls time here. The Celtics making a switch here. Philadelphia leading by 6. Now the pass to Johnston. Number 11. Another 3 for Golden State.
Hey, look at the terrific outside shooting for the Golden State Warriors. That's where the league is going, it would seem. Spread the floor, penetrate and kick. And so tough to guard anyone with that kind of floor spacing. But the Warriors, in particular, with those magic 3-point shooters.
And so it's Boston with it after the Warriors pick up 3. Here's Kuzi. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Warriors have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Inside. Number 11. And it's Golden State with another. Now going back to the value of long-range shooting, the new defensive philosophies teams have put into place in recent years, Clark, they've really put a premium on.
No question about it. I mean, you think about how teams defend. They load up on the strong side of the floor to deter drives and post-ups, try to have guys in the gaps and in the lane, and that creates opportunities for the 3-point shot, and the Warriors took full advantage of that.
You love talking about this stuff, the X's and O's.
It's always fun, man.
I know it. Philadelphia with the ball, following the 3-pointer by Boston. There's the triple, and another 3 for Golden State.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Celtics trail by 11. Passes it to Ramsey with the shot, and it's Boston with another.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
And the Warriors with possession here. Lays out, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Celtics making a switch here. Number 15. That's good. 9 points in the game so far.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack it.
Boston with the ball. 11-point game. Here's Sharman. Good on the shot.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
And that one's good.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
No one near him. That one rolling around and rims out.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
And so it's Boston with it. They trail by 11. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Tries it from 9. Again, Golden State.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Kuzi defended by George. Here's Kuzi. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. He's got 6. 6 seconds left to play in the first half. And we've reached halftime in this one. Warriors lead by 11. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Wednesday night. We're almost over the hump. This is the 2K Sports Halftime. The Warriors are scorching hot in the first half, and offensively just filling it up, making the pass to the open man, generating opportunities. They are piling up points in a hurry. And still in it, the Celtics hanging around. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. And that'll be all for this episode. It's in the books. I'm all done reading. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Celtics trail by 11. Nice ball movement by Boston. Shot clock at 6. Feeds it to Russell. The shot is off. So Golden State will take it the other way.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
And that one's good.
Absolutely on fire from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's where he's getting his points.
And Boston has possession. It's a 14-point game.
You know, when you're an older team and you try to milk every possession, you've got to be more efficient. And over the past few years, the Celtics have failed to grab offensive rebounds, and that problem was not corrected during their disappointing 12-13 season.
Now, here is George. That drops.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Celtics just didn't grab any offensive rebounds at all this last season. Dead last in the entire league in that regard. And, Steve, they were getting, what, about 8 a game?
That's been the case with the Celtics for about the past 4 or 5 years. They've never been a team that concentrated on offensive rebounds, partly because they wanted good transition defense, so they didn't send more than 1 or 2 guys to the offensive glass.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up in the paint.
They're just way too porous as a defense right now. A lot of holes in that defense. It's a good time to use a timeout here.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Kuzi. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 8 points for him. So it's Philadelphia now. He dishes it to George. Number 15. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Warriors lead by 17.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Kuz defended by George. Shot clock at 5. Here's Kuzi. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Warriors leading by 15. Back to George. Shoots from the elbow. Off the left rim and out.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Heinsohn. Defended by George. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
And Boston has possession, trailing by 17. Here's Sharman. Buries it from 3-point range. He's got 11.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. They have to get a hand in his face.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
They've done a pretty nice job of taking care of the ball here tonight, but they've got to continue to do so to maintain this lead.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Heinsohn banked in off the glass. He's got 7.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Poke loose. Rebound, Boston. Russell's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Kuzi. Up again. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it on.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
Man, don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
Now, here is George. He has 7. The jump hook, and that's good off the glass that time. George has got 9 points. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Russell, a screen on George. Number 20. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
Boston had a multitude of problems last season, but the one that seemed to be the most prevalent was the inability to score down the stretch of games. I mean, they were one of the worst teams in the league when it came to scoring in the fourth quarter.
Number 14. He's guarded by Russell. Count that one. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin, closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Number 11 gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. He's got 19. And you think of Boston, and you think of all the storied players that have put on the green, all of them so Steve when the game was on the line, but that was the opposite for last year's Celtics.
It was, Kevin. It seemed like their scoring dropped off considerably in the fourth quarter. And a lot of that was just without Rondo after the injury. They couldn't generate offense individually. They had to rely on their ball movement. And as you know, defenses toughen up in the fourth quarter and down the stretches of games.
And here are the Warriors now after the basket by Boston. Back to George. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Number 20. And that one comes up a bit short.
Tell you what, you can be really frustrated as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because you just can't find the range.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
So it's the Celtics now. After the made shot from George, Russell defended by Johnston. Russell no up.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. From 17 feet out, gets it to go. 17 points in the game.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
And Boston has possession. It's an 18-point game. With the lead pass. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. 21 points in the game.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense is not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
The Celtics making a switch here. To Nichols. Outside, Davis. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team.
Here's Heinsohn. He's got 9. Pass to Russell. And that one's drained from the low block. Russell's got 4 points in the quarter.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, George. Five to shoot. Elbow shot. No good.
Well, use his body well to lean around the defender. It's always going to be difficult to convert that shot, though.
Sharman. And the slam dunk by Russell. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors ahead. They lead by 18. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Warriors leading by 18. To the inside. Number 15. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Shooting for Golden State, number 13. One shot.
Celtics trail by 21. Kuzi defended by George. Here's Kuzi, and the shot is good. Golden State's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Boston making a switch here.
Russell.
Boston shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Fires the three. Can't get it to go.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. 23 points in the game.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
No good off the back of the rim.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Boston, no good that time either. Philadelphia leading by 21. No good with the layup.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Russell. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Are you sensing or feeling a theme here, fellas? I mean, they're taking it straight to the bucket every time down.
And why not? That's 8 straight points in the paint for this team. They're making this a very physical battle.
And Philadelphia making a change here. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. George passes to Johnston. Number 11. Cans it from downtown. 26 points for him.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Back to Russell. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Russell's got 4 points this quarter.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Number 11. Some solid defense from Ramsey. Celtics trail by 20. The pass to Heinsohn. Tries it from the top of the key. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Philadelphia's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. He kicks it to George. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Really an extraordinary game for George. He has 11 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
It shows you what an intelligent defender he can be on the ball. He really understands the game.
The first free throw is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. And George drops them both.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
Lock at 6. Russell defended by Johnston. And the layup's good off the glass. Russell's got 12 points here in the second half. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Right at the free throw line. Number 9 lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
The feed to Russell. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, and that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Heinsohn, good. Philadelphia leading by 18. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. 22 points for him.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Off the inbound, and he sinks the layup.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
It's a great formula, and it's really a sign that the offense is clicking.
George passes to Johnston. Number 15. And it's blocked by Ramsey. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Warriors leading by 16. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
The Celtics making a switch here. Celtics trail by 16. Kuzi defended by George. Here's Kuzi off target with his 3.
Boy, they've really won the battle of the boards in this one, Kevin.
Pass to Johnston. Number 15. And again, no good by Golden State. For Boston, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Six on the shot clock. Wide open look. And too long on the shot. Warriors leading by 16. He feeds it to George. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Number 15. And it's good from the elbow. 24 points for him.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
Back to Russell. The shot from the low post is good. Russell's got 8 here in the quarter.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Number 15. A three-pointer, no good. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Heinsohn. Here's Kuzi. Money from the wing.
You know, if this had come earlier, they might have been able to get back into it.
Yeah, but as it is, too little, too late.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Russell.
Probably time to just say it, guys. This game is over.
I think you're right on target there.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Number 17 gets the jumper from the corner to fall. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Dunn, and that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
Dunn, and he uses the glass on the layup.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game.